finally my Kickstarter game.
We're going to do this, and you and I are going to end up together.
Yeah, once our training is done, we're going to be paired, and we're going to be the best pair in the world.
We'll be best friends forever.
Nothing is going to stop us as long as we're together.
Nothing.
It's a promise.
Prude's tiny hand stabbed outwards, and Ash closed her own around it.
Promise.
I'm awake.
Yeah, I'll bet you are.
Prude? What do you want?
I'm glad I came to check on you. Partied a little too hard after graduation?
In place of memories, Ash only found a fizzling sensation where the aforementioned evening should have been.
Yes.
Oh, so I suppose we shouldn't worry about the pairing ritual then?
Ash was on her feet with a start.
Oh!
Don't worry about this. Y'all don't see nothing. Shh, 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 shh. Shh, shh. Why is it not doing it no more?
There we go. That's the Ash I know and love. Get dressed. I'll meet you downstairs. I'm supposed to collect any other tardy graduates.
Thanks. I'll see you there.
See you later, partner!
The two girls stifled squeals of excitement. The day has finally come. 14 years of training, and they were finally going to become a pair. They would finally be set free upon the world and have the chance to work their magic. Oh, the plans they had. Ash was dressed and groomed in record time. She took a few bites of her pastry her drunk self had possessed the wisdom to save, but couldn't manage to finish it. The excitement was curbed her appetite. Had Prude forgotten something? Because that dress is bomba neat as fuck.
Yes?
The door swung open, and Hector stepped inside.
Oh good, you are already about. I wanted to ensure you were not tardy.
I don't see why you would assume I'd be tardy today of all days.
No, you are correct. I suppose I should have assumed prudence would have gotten you up.
Ash flushed at the comment.
Well, I just wanted to ensure that you were up and about. I will see you at the ritual.
Ash wanted to throw something after him as he left. Hector was a year or two older than her. He had graduated 2 years ago, and after the ritual, he had found himself unpaired. He had been so much nicer before that. They had never quite been friends, but they had at least flirted with the notion back then. You know, the notion with the motion, bitch. This year would be his third chance. She was impressed that he had been able to survive that amount of humiliation.
Forget him. Today is our day.
The idea of finally fulfilling her dream of becoming one of the pairs of joining the orders. She just couldn't contain her excitement. Neither am I, forcing herself to stifle her enthusiasm. If only a little, Ash adopted her serious face. She cloaked herself in that air of dignity and stepped outside her door. The walk to the ritual chamber took far less time than she remembered. She must have been unconsciously running. Other students have arrived, but the chamber hadn't quite filled. There were many more to come. Ash chose to burn the time by retrieving a book from the pocket in her sleeve and burying her nose within. A few moments later passed before she felt a tap on her shoulder. Prue was looking at her with a whimsical smile, and behind her the chamber was alive with the bustle of hundreds of graduates.
Already lost again, I see.
Good.
I was just passing the time.
Are you ready?
Nah.
Very.
The two exchange knowing smiles.
Silence!
Big Rolly Ridge. Silence struck like a blacksmith's hammer.
You all know why you are here. You have completed your training. Today is the day where we perform the pairing ritual. In this ritual, the dark magic of necromancy is balanced against the light magic of the Paladin Order.
In pairing, we find balance.
To find only one, we are lost in darkness.
Or blinded by the light.
It is only in finding balance that we can know true understanding and power.
Power!
Now form up. You should all know the incantation by now. We will begin immediately.
The graduates move as though on instinct and were in positions in moments.
Begin.
For a heartbeat, Ash struggled to find the first words of the ritual, flustered by both excitement and anxiety. She knew, however, this wouldn't affect the spell. Any mage that performed that incantation prior to its completion had a chance to be paired. Of course, that one possessed sufficient power. As the voice rose, so too did the ambient magical energy. Each figure began to emanate their elements. Ash saw Prue beam with light, and she could sense the shadow that poured from her. The energy began to swirl, spiral upwards and towards to the center of the room. It began to swirl and twist in on itself, flaring brighter and darker as each voice ascended towards it. Then all at once it became solid. A massive yin and yang hung above them. It gently spun, burning with raw magic of both light and shadows. Ash could not hold back a smile as awe took her. It was finally happening. The explosion hit with such force, Ash was on her knees before she could even process it had happened. She found herself grasping for breath. A moment passed, and fear took her. What if she hasn't been paired? The thought struck so hard, Ash could only avert her eyes, daring not to look at the back of her hand, her primary hand. Looking instead to her distant left, Ash saw Prue staring at the back of her own fist, a smile curling across her face. The fear dissolved. There was no way her best and closest friend was going to be paired to her. This would be but the first climax in the story of their life together. Her eyes fell to her clenched fist as she uncurled her fingers. The back of her hand held a black bird, its wings outstretched, its feathers curling widely. It was beautiful. Prue rushed over to her.
Kinda weird we got a spider.
The fear returned, tenfold. For a moment, Ash could not draw breath. With a gasp, she managed to extend her hand, her right hand, the one without the bird. Prue placed her hand into Ash. Prue's warm peach skin depicted the image of a spider, briefly drawn to just below her knuckles.
No.
Prue's expression melted, contorting from delight to concern, and she reached out and snatched Ash's left hand. Concern hardened to despair, and then rage.
How? You're my best friend! Who could be a better pairing for me than you?
Ash couldn't find words where Prue was able to find anger. She could only find sorrow. The two stand there for eternity. Words were at loss to convey what they felt. Only silence could portray their emptiness.
Does anyone have a spider? Anyone at all? I am terribly excited to meet you. I promise I will be the best necromancer you will ever know.
And that's what you guys know. Until next time, continue watching.